The SVI Sports Network returns now with more live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports.
Welcome to Bear Lake High School Gym for Game 2 of the 2024-25 season. The Bear Lake boys basketball team set to take on the Grace Grizzlies. Last night, Bear started the season with a loss at home here to Firth in a game that was a tale of two halves. In the first half, it was all Firth. In the second half, the Bears fought themselves right back in it, down by as many as 25 points in the third quarter, fought back and only lost by 9. So not too bad for the Bears last night. Pulled much better second half. They're looking to come out tonight and play the whole game like they did the end of the game last night. Last year, these two teams, Grace won both. They beat Bear Lake by 2 points in Montpelier. They won by 7 in Grace. Grace has 8 seniors on this year's team. And total last year between the two games, those 8 seniors were not the huge contributors. They only contributed a total between two games of 17 points. So there's a lot of returning experience on this Grace team with the 8 seniors, but not a lot of them were the main contributors last year, at least in the games against Bear Lake. On the flip side of things, Bear Lake only returns 3 players that played last year at all. One of them is a starter. The other 2 were role players, split some time between JV and varsity. So Grace definitely has the advantage tonight when it comes to experience. With the 8 seniors on the team, Bear Lake only has 2 seniors. So there you go. And they just announced the Studebaker's Pizza best seat in the house. If you've been watching on video and you see the couch on the other side, Studebaker's Pizza, for $1, you get a chance to win a ticket for that. And you get a free pizza and get to sit on the couch for the game. Can't beat that. Anyway, so tonight, Bear Lake boys looking to get on the winning side of things. And Nate, what's your thoughts on last night's game and what they got to do to get back on track tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Jared. I think Bear Lake started out that game yesterday rocky. The first half wasn't necessarily the prettiest from an offensive or a defensive standpoint, but I think that's to be expected. I think there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road throughout the early portion of the season. There's going to be bumps, bruises, whatever, you know. It's going to take a while for this team to mesh, but I think over the course of the game yesterday, you saw this team kind of come together and figure out their identity. I think this team has confidence now. Sometimes all it takes is seeing the ball go in, especially early in the season. You're still rusty. You're not really in basketball shape. You're not necessarily in basketball rhythm quite yet. So I think over the course of that game, the second half looked really phenomenal. Bear Lake really did take care of business in the second half. Tonight I'm hoping to see a faster start from this team. I think they need to come out and immediately put their foot on the gas pedal. That was really the bane of their existence last night. I think if they come out a little hotter to start the game, they're definitely in that game at the end. Not necessarily winning it. You never really know. It's hard to project that sort of a thing. But, I mean, they looked phenomenal in the second half. They really came together, and I think if we can get 4 full quarters out of this team tonight, I think let the chips fall where they may. They might come out here. Grace, obviously, a well-coached basketball team as well. They're always talented. You're never really going to see a bad Grace Grizzlies team. If you really think about it, I don't remember a time that this school was ever bad at basketball. I remember times that they were better than others, but they're never going to be a cellar dweller, so to speak. So you're going to get a good fight out of this team. Don't let the 2A label fool you. They're still a phenomenal team, and I think we're in for a good one tonight, Jared.
Absolutely, I agree with you. My key to the game tonight is going to be the same as it was last night, and that is I want to see this team come out and find their identity. They started to do that in the second half, as you already mentioned, and I want them to continue to do that. They had some players really step it up at times last night, and they started to mesh together. They started to figure things out. And I'm not just talking about the players. This coaching staff is new. This is only their second season as a staff. Last season they had a lot of players that were holdovers from the previous, the senior leadership they had was still holdovers from Coach Carlson's team and the leftovers from the state championship team the year before. And so this year is a chance for Coach Ward and his staff to really find their identity, figure out who they are as a coaching staff, figure out who they have as a team. They got a lot of young players. Bear Lake has 4 sophomores that see significant time, 2 sophomores that start, 2 sophomores that played a lot of minutes and were huge contributors. I mentioned at the beginning only 2 seniors, only one of which played last year. The other one was playing JV, and that was Logan Keach, and he had a great game last night, by the way. 13 points, good first half for him. Then a couple of juniors, but this is a very young team. So that's why I say they need to establish their identity, and it starts from the staff and goes through the players.
Well, yeah, Jared, I think there's a lot of untapped potential in this team. I think you see a lot of talent on the floor, a lot of younger players. I think you're going to see that with experience, this team's really going to show and shine bright. I mean, I know that technically this is probably more of a rebuilding season. You don't have a lot of veteran leadership. You have a lot of inexperience. But I don't think that means that we're not out here in Bear Lake. We're not an uncompetitive basketball team. We're not going to come into games and get blown out. We're going to be a force to be reckoned with, whether those are close losses or big wins. You know, I think this team has a lot of talent out there. It's just a matter of them finding themselves on the varsity floor.
Yeah, I like what you said there. This team has a lot of fight. That showed last night. When you're down 25 points first game of the season at home and with a lot of young kids out there, a lot of sophomores getting some significant time, it's really easy to roll over, and they didn't. They fought themselves back into the game, cut it to a 9-point game at one point, and then it was 9 to 11, 10, somewhere in there most of the rest of the game. But they really fought hard, and we saw that in the JV game tonight. At halftime, it looked like the Grace Grizzlies were going to run away with it. They were up by about 20 points. The Bears fought back into it, and it was about a 10 to 12-point game for the rest of the night. The Bears didn't give up. They didn't quit. And the youth movement for Bear Lake basketball, there's a lot of promising players in the future. The C team won by 30 points tonight, and it's all freshmen. No sophomores playing down, and they played phenomenal basketball for the second night in a row. They've had blowout wins, and a lot of heart from the older kids, learning and teaching them how to fight and teaching them how to play hard and not give up. And then the younger kids out there, a lot of talent, especially a lot of length in the sophomores and freshmen.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Jared. I think this team has a lot of dogs on the floor at all times. They're going to try to wear you down, work you throughout the game. Obviously, we've got some physical presence inside with Logan Keach and Brox Birch as well. A little bit of inexperience with Birch, but that's going to come with time. And then, you know, your guards are fast. They're going to try to wear you down over a course of a game. I think the DNA of Bear Lake basketball is still in place with this new coaching staff. They want a tough defensive team, just like Coach Carlson used to want. You want to place defense at the highest level of importance. You want to wear down the opposing team. Whoever you're playing, you want to wear them down over the course of the game so that those free throws in the fourth quarter aren't as easy, so that those looks aren't, even though they're open, they're not as easy to hit because you're so tired from the other quarters. And then on the offensive side, I think you're going to find shots. I think this team has the ability to make a lot of threes. I think they have the ability to shoot really well from the line this year. I think offensively it's just got to all come together, but I think on the defensive side, these guys really can work.
And you mentioned the foul shooting. It's a big part of the game. It's one of the things that they want to focus on this year as a team. They felt like last year, mathematically, they hit 75% of their available foul shots. They would have, every time they did that, they won, and they would have won several more games, including the district championship game against Westside, had they just made those foul shots. So that's a great point there. That's one of their focuses. They also want to share the ball. They're looking to get 10 assists per game. So you hit on some points that they're working for as a team. They're trying to limit turnovers. They're trying to out-rebound, and that's something that Coach Ward talked about last night on our post-game show, and he talked about with me earlier today when we spoke, is he wants to see the kids working a little bit harder on the boards, getting those rebounds. You mentioned we got a big physical presence inside with Keach, Warner, and Birch. And then the other thing I wanted to mention with a couple of these kids, Carlisle and Ewing, which played a lot of minutes last night, a lot of important minutes. They are both sophomores, and it's not like they're sophomores that have experience. They're sophomores that both played C team They didn't even play JV last year, and they're finding themselves pressed into action on the varsity this year and adjusted well for their first games.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Jared. I think defensive. For me, I'm just a defensive guy, especially at the high school level. And Bear Lake basketball's always had that. You don't have to win pretty. I think, the offense comes with time. But if you can wear a team down and not give them open looks, and if you hold a team to less than 40 points a game, I don't think there should be a doubt in your mind that you're going to win. The shots are eventually going to fall, but if you can force them into bad looks on the other side of the floor and you can be aggressive, get those steals, create those turnovers, and attack the boards just like you're talking about. You've got to get underneath, box out, be physical underneath. Really just be dominant on the defensive side of the ball. And if you can hold a team to less than 40 points, I don't see any reason why you can't win at least 75% of your games.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Coach Carlson always had the goal of hold the opposing team to 45 points or less, and you're going to be in most ball games. And in the shot clock era, this is only the second full year with the shot clock, that's not easy because you put up more shots. But if you can hold teams down, keep their score to a minimum, it makes it a lot easier regardless of how well you're playing offense. And, you are fond of quoting the great Bill Cosby, who once said, the team that scores more points than the other team usually wins the game.
I don't know that I would quote Bill Cosby there, Jared, but, I guess
I was actually listening. I was listening to a podcast. I had calling him great. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and they mentioned him, and that's why the name that came to mind. But
the great Bill Cosby, man, put that one in a scrapbook. That is one of your more memorable quotes of all time.
Anyway, but it just goes to say the point is the Bears have got to continue to play good defense, which they did, especially in the second half, and then their shots will fall. That was the thing I noticed the most. In the first half last night, the Bears were not taking bad shots. They just weren't going in, and a lot of that was first-time varsity experience nerves for a lot of these kids. I think it'll be better tonight.
Yeah, I think we saw the real potential of this team in the second half. They looked phenomenal on the offensive side. It really came together. The fact that they were able to eliminate such a big lead in such a quick amount of time, if you really look at the third and fourth quarter stats, it's impressive what this team can do. It's just a matter of time.
Yep. Okay, let's take a minute break, pay some bills. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more on the Insert Your Sponsorship Here pregame show on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
And for the second night in a row, Lisa not with us. She is feeling much better. I know I've had a lot of people ask me how she is today. She's feeling much better today. She'll be back with us tomorrow night, most likely, when we travel to Preston to bring you the girls basketball team. That are taking on the Preston Indians tomorrow night from over in Franklin County. And then Saturday night, guess what, Nate? We're back on the air again.
It's a busy week. The good news is we get to talk to you. The bad news is you have to listen to us. So
exactly.
It's a double-edged sword. It's kind of like watching your mother go off a cliff. Your mother-in-law going off a cliff in a Cadillac. You have mixed feelings.
So Nate. And so tonight, tomorrow night, Bear Lake Bears girls team from Preston. Bear Lake having a great start to the season. They've only got the one loss so far. That was to Sugar Salem. So Bears playing well to start the year. And the boys back in action. Teton in town on Saturday night. Teton, we've heard, is big, strong, physical team. That one could be an interesting game, an interesting matchup. But the boys will be back in town versus Teton on Saturday. And then wrestling gets their season started tomorrow. The girls go to visit these Grace Grizzlies in Grace for a tournament. And the boys will be traveling to American Falls both Friday and Saturday for a tournament up there. So the wrestling team getting a start to the season. Next week, a quiet week. Not as much going on. I think there is a home wrestling match, but only one basketball game total. And then the Green River tournament, and then we're into Christmas break. So
should be a fun couple weeks of basketball. Obviously, that little break in between, but kind of excited for the Green River tournament. Always look forward to that. There's some good places to eat down there. There's just a lot of nice things about it. Get to watch a lot of basketball, get to eat good food. You really can't beat that. I think it's a win-win all across the board. Get to, stay in a hotel room. That's always kind of cool, I guess. But a lot of cool things happening. Don't worry.
Yeah, so we're headed to Green River. Got the schedule today. It's going to be an interesting schedule. We'll let you know exactly which games we're going to be able to bring you. On Saturday, we'll bring you both boys and girls. Friday, we're going to have to make a choice because they play not at the exact same time, but close enough. And considering one's in Green River and the other one's in Rock Springs, it might as well be at the same time. And the Thursday games we're still up in the air on as well. So we'll let you know what we're going to have there. But lots coming up. You're going to hear a lot of Nate, Nye, and Lisa over the next couple of weeks and then into the Christmas break. But tonight, the Grace Grizzlies in town. Grace wearing their red uniforms. Bear Lake back in white after they doing the blackout night last night. They'll be doing a blackout again on senior night. So plan on coming out. If you come out on senior night, and I know that's still a couple months away, but plan on wearing black and joining the boys. They're going to have their black unis on again on senior night at the end of the season. So anyway, it looks like we're just about ready to go, and we're going to get this game started. Grace Grizzlies, Bear Lake Bears. We're going to start with the national anthem here. I'm looking around to see where my the young lady that's supposed to be singing for me is. Anyway, let's take a 30-second break. We'll come back with that right here on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
This is your home for Bear Lake Bears basketball, live on SVI Media and The Wave, all a part of the SVI Sports Network.
All right, and we are back at Bear Lake High School for the national anthem as we're about to start this one as the flag comes down. Great rendition of the national anthem there as Jared's iPad plays Thursday Night Football tonight. If you heard that, I would like to apologize because I faintly heard it in my headset, so hoping you guys didn't hear that one at home. As we're starting the sportsmanship pact here, as Jared busy doing his other job as a PA announcer. So we'll pick up the starting lineups here as we go here on the SVI Sports Network. Excited for another game of Bear Lake Bears basketball. Starting lineups, starting with the visitors from Grace. Number 1, Derek Hill. That is a 6-foot senior. Number 4, that is a 5'12". It says 5'12". I'm going to go 5'11", senior Braden Kimball. Number 25, that is a 6'3", senior Carson Reeves. Number 31, that is Carson Welch, the 6'3", senior. And number 45, Landon Moss, the 6'1", senior. Head coach for the Grace Grizzlies is Rory Lloyd. As Jared, great microphone placement over there, as we can hear Al Michaels on our headsets.
There you go. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't even realize you could hear the sound. I'm going to have to turn that off and get ready to score the game here. So starting for Bear Lake, we have obviously the same starters we had last night. Austin Tafoya, number 1. Number 3, Caden Anderson. Austin goes 5'8", junior. And Caden is a 5'10", junior. Kason Warner wears number 4. He's a 6'3", senior. Jack Hume, a 5'11", sophomore. And 6'2", Broxton Birch, number 22. He is also a sophomore. So starting, we got 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a senior for the Bear Lake Bears. Bears are coached by Trevor Ward with Matt Tarbett helping him out. Jesse Birch is the JV coach. Nate Withrich and Kyle Parkinson round out the coaching staff for the Bear Lake Bears. As we get started here for night number 2 of the season. Bear Lake Bears taking on the Grace Grizzlies. Brox Birch will jump it up in the center court circle. And coming out for Grace, stepping into the circle for the jump ball is going to be number 31. I want to get my Grace roster. I know I had it just right here. And that is Carson Welch.
Did you notice that they have Braden Kimball listed as 5'12"?
There you go. I did not notice that. 5 seniors start for the Grizzlies. Ball's in the air. Tip is controlled by Grace. Hill will bring it to the front court. We're underway. Hill over to Kimball, who's 5'12". Kimball dribbles across, goes back to Hill. Hill back up top to Kimball. Kimball gives it to Moss. Moss back up to Hill. And out of bounds, it will be Bear Lake basketball as that errant pass. And the Grizzlies turn it over on their first possession. Here come the Bears into the front court for their first possession. Caden Anderson with the ball, belt high dribble to the top of the key. Now over on the right elbow, he goes to Hume. Hume up top to Birch. Birch got in some early foul trouble last night, hoping to stay out there tonight. Spin move down the lane. He gets You get the man in the air, and instead of getting the foul called, they said he traveled before he went up with it. But the coaching staff wanted the foul. One referee did have it as a foul, but the other one said, nope, the travel came first. So turnover, both teams turn the ball over on their first possessions. It's still 0-0, 7:18 left in the first quarter. Moss back to Kimball, to Moss. Deep 3, NBA 3. He leaves it short. Rebound in the hands of Caden Anderson. So the Bears get the first rebound of the night. Anderson all the way down, gives it to Warner. Warner down the lane, shoots, scores! Warner with the first 2, and the Bears lead early, 2-0. Kimball into the front court. He's cut off by Tafoya, double team, but he gets it to Hill. Hill back to Kimball. Kimball to Moss. Moss going to go inside. Ball's knocked away by Warner, out of bounds. It'll still be Grizzlies basketball. Pass was intended inside for Welch. Kimball will inbound on the baseline. 6:45 game clock, 21-second shot clock in a 2-0 basketball game. Moss loses it, picks it up, and then jump ball. And again, the officials disagreed. One was going to call foul. The other one called jump ball. The one that calls jump ball wins out. And so it'll be Bear Lake basketball. Another turnover for the Grizzlies. And the Bears lead it 2-0 and have the ball coming in the front court. Anderson Directing some traffic. Picked up by Moss. He'll hand it to Hume. Hume had Anderson inside, couldn't get it to him. Great defense there by the Grizzlies. Now over, it goes to Birch. Birch will come back up top to Tafoya. Tafoya is going to drive on Kimball, go baseline, have to come back out. Hands it to Hume. It goes between his legs, but he picks it up on the logo. Now to Tafoya. He'll elevate, shoot, miss it. Rebound out of bounds off of Birch. So the Bears are unable to get a good shot as it was getting late in the shot clock. And then can't secure the rebound. So the Grizzlies have it, but the Bears lead it by 2-0 with 6 minutes left in this first quarter. Grizzlies yet to score. Moss gets back up top to Hill. Hill to Welch. And now over to Kimball. Kimball dribbles across the top, goes to Hill. And Hume is going to pick off the pass. Fast break the other way. Hume slips to the floor. And they're going to say it is Bear Lake basketball. Hume went down kind of on his own. Lucky that the Bears maintained possession there. He got fouled. The Grace Grizzlies fell on him after the fact, but I'm glad that was a no call on the foul because it was kind of just feet tangling up on each other. And I think Hume actually went down first. He'll inbound on the baseline. Hopefully he's okay. In the corner, Birch. Birch releases a three. No good. Hume's going to get the rebound. He'll elevate, shoot, miss it. And the rebound being fought for, controlled there by Reeves. And now to Hill. And here come the Grizzlies. Still a 2-0 ball game. Moss with it. Being harassed there by Tafoya. And then Kimball up top over to Hill. Hill with the three. No good. Rebound to Anderson. So the Bears doing well on the board. Anderson down the lane, throw it up, runner up, can't get it. The rebound is tipped out of bounds by Warner. He couldn't get a hand on it, so he tried to tip it over to Tafoya. A little bit too hard. Grizzlies basketball. The Grizzlies have not scored yet. We're 3 minutes into this basketball game. The Bears defense has been tenacious as they get it into the front court now to Hill. Hill all the way down the lane, loop it up, no good. Rebound to Warner. I think Hill is looking for some contact and a foul. Doesn't come. And he misses the layup in the corner to Birch on the other end. Birch gets it back outside to Hume, and Hume is knocked down by Hill. So it'll be Bear Lake basketball. First foul of the game on either team. Coming into the game for Hume and Warner will be Keach and Ewing. Tate Ewing coming into the game. 2-0 Bear Lake. And Ewing will drive baseline. Now go cross court to try to go to Birch. It goes off the rim. It was a pass, not a shot. But it did deflect off the rim. Now up top to Anderson. Now to Ewing on the elbow. Back up top to Anderson. 27-second shot clock. Down the lane. Layup is good. Anderson all the way to the hoop. And the Bears lead it by a score 4-0. Tafoya nearly knocks it away. Now it's into the front court to Welch. Underneath it goes to Kimball. He's too far underneath, but he gets it out to Moss. His back to Kimball in the corner for three. Yes. So kind of a broken play and turns into a three-point make for Kimball. The first 3 points of the game for Grace, and then the ball's tipped away from Keach, and then Birch gets it and is fouled. The foul's going to go on Reeves, his second team foul against the Grizzlies. Bears yet to pick up a foul in the first 4 minutes of the game. Hill will go out. Coming in for him is number 34, Parker Yost. Anderson triggers on the baseline. He's going to go up top to Birch, into the corner to Ewing. Ewing up top to Tafoya. He has to save it, gets it to Birch, and then Birch is double-teamed, loses the ball, and is picked up by Reeves. That was a kind of a broken play. The pass was going to go back court, and then missed three-pointer by Kimball. Tafoya tries to go to Anderson, knocked away by Kimball. Good defense to save the easy bucket. It's 43, Bear Lake ball, as Kimball tipped it out right over there in front of the Bear Lake six-man. Anderson will set the offense, 35-second shot clock. Ewing with it. He'll go to Birch. Birch on the elbow. Anderson will dribble down to the top. He'll stop, shoot the three. No good. Rebound goes to Moss, and now to Kimball. And here come the Grizzlies. Inside it goes, taken away by Tafoya. Nice defense there. Tafoya just steps in front of that pass. He brings it down, goes to Anderson. Anderson on the elbow. And Anderson will bring it to the top. Goes to Ewing. Ewing, turnaround jumper. Yes! Ewing gets on the board. And then Anderson with the steal. And we got a foul again. Let's see who this one's on. And 45, that foul is going to go on Moss. His first, third team. Bears will have the ball. Baseline, 6-3 lead. And Hume, who's checked back in, will trigger. Goes to Keach coming down the lane. Ball's knocked away. Still loose. It's going to be picked up by Kimball now. And here come the Grizzlies with it. Down the lane, Kimball is fouled. He's fouled on the floor before the shot. Let's see who picks up the foul for Bear Lake. It's Tafoya picking up his first. So baseline. Inbound coming from the Grizzlies. Kimball will trigger. Gets it inside for the easy buckets. And then a quick timeout. That's Welch. They got the easy one on the inbound to cut the lead to 1, 6-5 in favor of the Bears. It's a 30-second timeout taken by the Grizzlies. We'll take it with them right here on the SVI Sports Network.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll, here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
On the SVI Sports Network, this is Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa.
Welcome back to Bear Lake High School Gym. The Bears lead at 6-5 on your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, you can count on them to care. Bears basketball leading by 1. Tafoya with it. On the elbow, he goes inside to Keach. Keach to Warner, but is knocked away and taken away by the Grizzlies. And now the Grizzlies have a chance to take the lead. Bears have led the whole way. And we have a whistle and a foul. And that foul is going to go on to Tafoya. That's his second. He'll come out. Anderson will come in for him. And he's got both fouls for the Bear Lake Bears in this game. So Kimball to inbounds, gets it to Welch. Welch with a jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Warner. And here come the Bears with the ball, with the lead. Ewing in the corner to Anderson. Anderson is going to go cross court to Hume. Hume will launch the three, no good. Rebound to Smith for the Grizzlies. Up top it goes to Yost. Now back to Kimball. Inside to Smith. Smith's jumper, no good. Rebound going to be corralled by Hume. Good box out there inside by Keach. And the Bears still have that 1-point lead. Anderson in the corner. Ewing going to launch the three. It's a rainbow, no good. And the rebound is going to go to Welch. Welch has got the ball taken away from him by Ewing from behind. Oh, but then Ewing stepped on the line after he got the steal. As he's trying to gather himself, they say he stepped out of bounds. So great there, heads up play there by Ewing to get the steal, but then turn it back over as he stepped on the end line. 1:29 left in the first quarter. Bears lead it by 1, 6-5. It's been all defense. Ball comes into Welch, and then he gets tied up. Jump ball. It'll be Grace Grizzlies basketball. And it's going to be Grace basketball underneath. They have the alternate possession, so Bears will get it to start the second quarter unless we get another tie up here quick. Comes in to Yost. Yost, three from the corner, no good. Rebound is going to go out of bounds off of Welch. It will be Bear Lake basketball. Bear Lake still clinging to that 1-point lead as the offenses have not been able to do much against these defenses here tonight so far. Ball gets in the front court to Keach. Keach to Ewing on the baseline. Gets that underneath to Warner. Warner up and in, and he's fouled! Kason Warner goes up strong, gets it to go. He'll go to the line, he'll shoot. And that's a big foul because that goes on Hill. So that one was a big call. Chance for Warner to complete the three-point play, and it gives Hill his second foul here in the first quarter. Warner's foul shot rattles home, and it will be Grace basketball. Yost will check in, and he'll actually replace Welch. So they'll leave Hill in the game with his 2 fouls. And ball comes to the front court to Yost, now to Kimball. Kimball picked up there by Anderson, clear up top. Now over to Smith. Smith to Yost near the center court circle. Now to Kimball. Kimball back to Yost, deep, and he's going to lob inside to Smith. Smith's turnaround is no good. Ball's tipped out, rebound goes to Kimball. Kimball for the deep 3. Doesn't hit anything. Rebound is taken by Hume. Hume gets it to Warner. Warner will slow it down, give it to Anderson, and the Bears have the ball. And about a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Hume had Keach underneath, couldn't get it into him. Instead, he'll come back out, and Kimball will steal it away. Kimball to Smith. Smith misses. Great defense there by Anderson. Anderson gets the rebound, and the Bears can work for the last shot. But the Bears have numbers. Hume all the way to the hoop, doesn't get it to go. Warner with the rebound, and then he loses it, and Grace will have a chance to work for the last shot of the quarter. Kind of some back and forth basketball right there. Nobody really wanted it for a second. Hill up top to Yost with 6 seconds. Now to Kimball, deep 3-point range still. Yost straight away, deep 3, no good. Put back, no good. Bears are going to lead it at the end of 1 by a score of 9-5. We'll be back with the second period in 60 seconds on the SBI Sports Network.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit You Save Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Our PT department is
Your leader for
physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple.
Bear Lake Bears with the basketball to start the second quarter, up by 4, 9-5. Bears come out with Tafoya, Birch, Hume, Keach, and Carlisle in the game for the first time. Hume with it, he's going to drive, be tied up, but comes out of there to Carlisle. Carlisle tries to go inside to Birch. Birch can't handle the pass. A little bit offline. And the Grizzlies with the steal. Anderson out there for the first time on the night for the Grizzlies with Draper. Draper now with the ball to Kimball. Kimball up top to Anderson. Anderson over to Draper. Draper clear across the top and then gets it to Kimball. Kimball with 10 seconds on the shot clock up top. And then inside to Anderson, now back out to Draper. Draper goes down underneath to Anderson, and he's way underneath, but he gets it to go. Anderson with the underneath bucket. First points in a while for the Grizzlies. They cut the lead to 2 at 9-7. Low-scoring battle in that first half. Bears outscore the Grizzlies 9-5 in the first quarter. Tafoya throws it away. Kimball is going to go all the way the other way and lay it up and in. We're tied, just that easy. Bears have a great first quarter, and then with a couple of quick turnovers, it's tied just like that, 9-9. Hume gets it to Birch. Birch down the lane, up and no good. Rebound tipped over and taken down by Draper. So the Bears have come out sluggish in this second quarter, lost the momentum that they had, and the Grizzlies have tied it up, have a chance to take the first lead of the game right here. As Kimball loses it, though, out of bounds, it'll stay Grace basketball. And coming into the game for Grace is Smith, the second. It's a different Smith. It's Bodie Smith, number 40 this time. And he goes underneath, and a foul on the Bears. He was trying to get it underneath to Yost, and it's knocked away, but a foul on Logan Keach. Kimball with the ball up top after the foul on Keach. Now to Draper. Draper hands off to Smith. Smith goes underneath to Anderson. Anderson in the corner. Draper is going to pass it off to Smith for a long three. He had several of those in the JV game. He gets one here, and the first lead of the game for the Grace Grizzlies comes in early in the second quarter at 12-9 as they've outscored Bear Lake 7-0 here in the second quarter. Carlisle across to Anderson. Anderson looks to tie it from three. He misses, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot three. Kimball gets the foul. It will send Anderson to the line, and he'll shoot three. Chance to tie this game up with 5:42 left here in the second period. First one is good. He'll have two more. After this foul shot, Warner and Ewing will check in for Bear Lake. Second foul shot also good. So Anderson will look to tie it up right here. Hume and Birch will go out. Warner and Ewing will check in for the Bear Lake Bears. Going a lot bigger. When you replace Hume with Warner, you gain almost a foot. Anderson looking to tie it up. 5:42 left in the second quarter. 12-11 on your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. And from the Jacobson Mountaineer foul line, Anderson goes 2 out of 3. And Jacobson Mountaineer, for all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley, contact Justin at Jacobson Mountain Air. Yost will get it over to Moss for a long three. And it goes, and the Bears will take a timeout as the Grizzlies have gotten hot from the long ball here in the second quarter. And the Bears take a quick timeout. They want to talk it over as the Grizzlies have gone up top 15-11. It is a 10-2 run in the first 2.5 minutes of this second quarter after the second three-point make in as many possessions for the Grace Grizzlies. So far, the Phillips 66 USAID three-point line, Bears haven't been there yet. Haven't shot one yet, have they, Nate?
Not that I know of, but I can't say that I've been a perfect steward of that. So
Bears have not made one. I just double-checked my stats here. And the Grizzlies, meanwhile, have three three-point makes. So three of their – there you go. Last night, the difference in the game was the three-point shots and the foul shots. Tonight, they're up by 4, and they've outscored us by 9 from three-point range. So the Bears' defense has given up the long ball, and Moss made one. And just a minute ago to give the Grizzlies a 4-point lead. The Bears led by as many as 4 in the first period. Grizzlies now have the 4-point lead here early in the second period. As we come back to live action, Caden Anderson will bring the ball in the front court, directing some traffic, looking for Birch, who's cutting through. And now he'll get it to Birch on the elbow, down in the corner to Carlisle. Carlisle gets it inside to Warner. Warner shuffles it to Ewing. Ewing can't control it, a little bit too low. And good idea, but the pass was just a little bit too low. Ewing couldn't go down and get it, and it will be Grace Grizzly basketball. And they have that 4-point lead thanks to a couple long balls here in the second quarter. In the corner to Smith. He's got one of those three-pointers. He's going to drive. Steps out of bounds. It'll be Bear Lake basketball. So good defense there by Carlisle to force Smith to step out of bounds. And the Bear Lake Bears force the turnover. And with 4:58 left in the second quarter, they're going to try to cut into this 4-point lead. Anderson will bring the ball into the front court. And he'll go quickly to Birch on the elbow. Birch in the corner to Carlisle. Carlisle tries to go inside to Warner. It's knocked away instead and out of bounds by Anderson for the Grizzlies. And it'll be Bear Lake basketball baseline with the 25-second shot clock underneath their own hoop. And Ewing will trigger. And he's going to go to Birch. And it's Birch can't control it. Goes out of bounds, so a quick turnover. Bears have 3 sophomores on the court right now. And Carlisle is going to go out. Hume will check in. So still going to be 3 sophomores, just changing which sophomore's out there. Very young lineup for the Bear Lake Bears right now in the game. Draper is going to go to Anderson. Anderson underneath to Draper. Draper with the quick shot, no good. Birch with the rebound. And here comes Jack Hume the other way with it for the Bear Lake Bears. Hume to Anderson. Anderson in the corner to Ewing. Ewing, 3 on the way. Yes, there's a Phillips 66. You say 3-point make by Tate Ewing. And it is a 1-point game. Smith down the lane, gets it to Anderson. And then Jack Hume just steps in and takes it away. Hume coming the other way. And now he gets it to Ewing. Ewing just made the 3 a minute ago. This time he's going to drive baseline. 2-point shot, no good. Warner with the tip in, no good. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies in 1-point game. Smith, deep 3, no good. Rebound brought out of there by Tate Ewing. And Ewing's going to bring the ball into the front court. He'll give it to Jack Hume. Hume over to Anderson. Anderson back to Hume. Hume with the 3, no good. Rebound to the Grizzlies. Here comes Anderson with it. Welch brought that one down for the Grizzlies. Draper with it. He's going to drive baseline, cut off outside to Anderson. Anderson down the lane, foul line jumper off the backboard, and good. He didn't play till here in the second quarter, and he's already got 4 points for the Grizzlies, and they have the 3-point lead. Ewing, cross court, tipped by Moss and taken away. Just those long arms got in the way of the cross-court pass. That's why you don't make those passes. It's a little bit easier to get the steal sometimes, and that's what the Grizzlies do. They got the 3-point lead. Their big lead is 4. Bears' big lead is 4. And Welch with it. Now to Draper. Draper will go to Smith. Smith has the ball knocked away, and Hume is going to get the steal. He gets it up ahead to Anderson. Anderson with the layup. It's good. They call the foul. Anderson with the chest tied up with the 3-point play. And that's one where Draper probably should have just let him go. Don't give him the chance at the foul line to tie this one up. And it wasn't much of a foul, but he did whistle him for it, and then Anderson can tie it up from the foul line. As Anderson and Yost and Smith come to the bench. Smith, Yost, and Kimball back in. And Caden Anderson misses the foul shot. He's missed 2 in a row after making his first 2. Draper with it for the Grizzlies to Kimball. Kimball inside to Yost. Yost backs down Hume and gets it up and over him. Big size advantage there for Yost. He took advantage of it and pushes the lead back to 3. Hume with it on the elbow in 3-point range. He's going to go back up top to Anderson. Anderson inside to Birch. Birch, nice pass to Ewing. Ewing is fouled as he goes up with it. Let's see who that goes on. It goes on Smith. Sorry, Hill, not Smith. It goes on Hill. That is his 3rd? They haven't put it up there yet, but I believe they said Hill. Yeah, and that is his 3rd. And Ewing makes the first foul shot to make it 19-17. He'll have one more. 2:18 left here in the second period. And he makes it. So Ewing with 7 points in the game, leading all Bear Lake scorers. It's a 1-point ball game, 19-18. And the Jacobson Mountaineer foul line has been good for the Bears. And the ball goes to Draper in the corner to Hill. Hill for 3, rattles it home. Hill with the 3 ball. That's why you leave him out there, even though he has 3 fouls here in the second quarter. And the lead is 4 for the Grizzlies. Tafoya up top to Anderson. Anderson is going to drive down the lane, try to get it to Birch. And it's an errant pass. It's taken out of there by Kimball. And the Grizzlies have the 4-point lead, looking to extend it here. Yost going to back down Birch. Goes up with it, can't get it to go. Rebound is going to go into the hands of Tafoya for the Bears. Tafoya quickly into the front court with it. 133. Hume with the long one for three. No good. Rebound to the Grizzlies. That's Reeves bringing that one down. The Grizzlies with the ball and the 4-point lead, 22-18. Kickball by Anderson for the Bears. Moss is going to check back in for the Grizzlies. And Draper will take a seat. Hill comes in and then into the corner to Reeves. Now up top, Kimball, Moss, Yost, Moss, baseline jumper, good. He kind of has an interesting release. He shoots it from way down low, and he's a big, tall guy, but it works for him, and the Grizzlies have the 6-point lead. Tafoya quickly for three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Moss for the Grizzlies. The Bears have gone cold here as of late, and it's a 6-point Grizzlies lead. Yost with the corner three, rattles out. Anderson gets the rebound for the Bears, quickly into the front court, maybe looking for a 2-for-1 all the way to the hoop. Up and no good, but he is fouled. That is going to be the 4th team foul. And that one goes on Kimball, his 2nd. So some foul trouble a little bit for the Grizzlies. And it's not a shooting foul. So with 42 seconds left, the Bears will inbound. Draper is going to check in. Let's see who checks out. Looks like Kimball's going to take a seat. And Draper will come in for these last few seconds for the last 42.6. Birch down the lane. Ball's knocked away from him and stolen away. The Grizzlies wanted to travel. They probably should be glad they didn't get it. And then the Bears do get the travel call at the other end. So Draper tried to pump fake, and they said he moved his feet. And the Grace crowd doesn't like that because they felt like Birch traveled, but they got the steal anyway. And then they do call the travel on the other end on Draper. Hume with it. Looking in the corner to Tafoya. Bears can work for the last shot if they want. Hume's going to go down the lane, get it to Keach. Hume gets it back. And then he'll come out to Anderson. Now 17 seconds left on the shot clock. And there's about half a second difference is all between shot clock and game clock. Hume is going to drive all the way to the hoop. Gets it. Oh, they call him for travel. Did not see it, but they called it. And it said turnover. Hume had the easy layup. And instead, the Grizzlies have a chance to extend their lead in the corner to Hill. No good. And that's the end of the first half. The Grizzlies lead it by a score of 24-18. As we take a 60-second break, we'll come back, we'll stat it up, and get you ready for the second half right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both pre-operative and post-operative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Live coverage of local high school sports continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
And the Bear Lake Bears trail the Grace Grizzlies at halftime, 24-18 on the SVI Sports Network. The first quarter was all Bear Lake. The second quarter was all Grace. The scoring for the Grace Grizzlies, and that's the only stat I have is scoring and foul shooting percentage because I can't keep track of that. The Grace Grizzlies are led by, looks like two players, Moss and Kimball, each with 5 with a 3-point shot and a couple of 2-point looks. And each, like one 2-point and one 3-point each for Moss and Kimball. Hill has 3 points for the Grizzlies. Anderson has 4. All that came in the second quarter. He didn't play in the first quarter. Came in and scored 2 points. 4 points. Welch has 2, and Yost has 2, and Smith has 3, and that is number 40, Bodie Smith. Number 2, number 2, Jamie Smith has not scored in the game. And so they have 19 points total. They had 24 points total. They had not 5 in the first quarter, 19 points in the second quarter. They came alive after the quarter break. They did not shoot a foul shot in the first half. Nate, have you seen that very often?
No.
Not a single foul shot.
No, that's not a common stat.
In the first half for the Grace Grizzlies. On the Bear Lake side of things, the leading scorer is Tate Ewing. Ewing has 7. He leads all scorers with 7. Caden Anderson has 6 for the Bear Lake Bears. Kason Warner with 5. That's it. That's your scoring. Ewing, Anderson, and Warner. Bears have only made 1 3-point field goal, while the Grace Grizzlies have made 4. So 9 points difference from the 3-point line, and a 6 points difference on the scoreboard. And the 3-point line is the key to the game tonight, just like it was last night. Foul line, though, Bears have made it to the foul line. The Bears have been forcing the ball into the interior more and earning their trips to the foul line, and the crowd's upset. They're rolling up the cheerleading mats, and the synchronized rolling. 2 of the boys failed to keep the synchronized mat rolling going. Sad day. Anyway, the Bears are 5 out of 7 for 71% from the foul line, so just short of their goal. Their goal is to make 75%. They're at 71% right now. Foul trouble. The Bears, nada. Only committed 3 fouls. And those 3 fouls, Tafoya had 2 of them. Keach had 1. Foul trouble for the Grizzlies is actually a much bigger concern. Hill committed 3 fouls, and Kimball committed 2. The 2 ball handlers for the Grace Grizzlies both have multiple fouls. Draper also picked up 1. Reeves picked up 1. Moss picked up 1. So there you go. Oh, the attempt to win the trip to Hawaii not going so well. She missed the layup down there. Foul shot, no good.
We gotta. I think we need to make this a regular, just to call these as they go.
And she makes the foul shot. She got 9 seconds left. You gotta go.
You gotta go.
She gotta get the 3-pointer to go. Yes,
she grabs the horn.
But can she get it off? Oh, she doesn't get it off, and she missed it anyway. But so close. That extra layup is what cost her. Now let's see. Dad wins the other chance.
Oh man, we got Casey.
Oh, Casey Humphreys.
I've seen him play ball. If he makes the 3, it'll be a miracle.
So Casey.
The layup's no good.
Oh, he follows his daughter's lead. Oh, he misses the first 2. Now he gets the layup to go. That's going to cost him some time. Foul shot. Oh, he misses that. That's probably going to do it for Casey. So just in case you're wondering, as he makes the foul shot.
Okay, let's see if he can pull this off.
If he gets the 3-point shot, rattles out. He's done.
He shoots approximately like 2% from the 3-point.
He got one!
Casey for 3!
After the buzzer when it doesn't count. By the way, it is possible. So today, while we were setting up the gym, we had some basketball players down here, and Coach Rick Saunders completed this challenge that you have to complete to win the trip to Hawaii, and he did not shoot 100%, by the way. He made the layup. He missed the foul shot the first time, made it the second time, made his first 3-point shot, and then made it from the 3-point line on his first attempt. So it is possible. If you're thinking, hey, I'm just donating money, and no, it's very possible. And by the way, you win just by getting drawn out. You win a $12 meal. I think it's worth approximately $12 meal from Ohana's just by getting drawn out.
I mean, you really can't beat that in today's economy. It's a beautiful thing, Jared. That's a beautiful thing.
Anyway, what was a beautiful thing in the first quarter for the Bear Lake Bears was defense. They outscored the Grizzlies 9-5 in the first quarter, but then The Grizzlies put up 19 in the second quarter. That's how you get a 6-point Grace lead at 24-18 here at halftime. And just a reminder for y'all, tonight's not our last night. I know it's Thursday, but with tomorrow night, we are on the air from Preston with the girls' game over there in Preston. And then a Saturday night right back here with Teton in town for the boys. So Bear Lake, with a busy week. The boys, if they come out as well in the second half tonight as they did last night, bodes well for the Bears. They came out a little bit better defensively, but their offense still is not completely clicking, only 18 first-half points.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I think if you're going into halftime and you're Coach Ward, obviously the one thing you're going to be worried about is the offense, especially beyond the arc. Casey Humphreys has actually made as many threes as the Bear Lake Bears tonight in the first half. So anytime you're only knocking down 1 3 in the first half and you've only got 18 points, you just got to figure out some answers. But like I've said a lot of times, that's not a knock of this team. I think this team has the capability to put those numbers up on the board. It's just a matter of time. Like I said, I think, these first few games, you're just trying to get everything straightened out. Still early in the season, but I think you're going to see this team improve on the offensive side of the ball a lot throughout this season. I think tonight's just another bump in the road in the first half. But who knows? I mean, this game's a lot closer at the end of the first half than it was last night. Not quite as much of a gap to make up. And with how hot they got in the second half last night, anything's possible, Jared.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nate. They've got to do better from the Phillips 66 U-Save three-point line, Phillips 66 U-Save, where your convenience is our pleasure. Sponsoring that three-point shot, and they didn't get a lot of love last night. In fact, no three-pointers in the first half last night from Bear Lake, and only 4 total for the game, so 5 total on the year. Phillips 66 U-Save is going to want them to shoot a little bit more. Quinn, sorry. We're hoping for you to get your name on the air a little bit more with some outside shooting for the Bear Lake Bears. They got to light up that Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard a little bit more. I
just have a hard time thinking that won't come with time. I think these guys all can shoot the ball at a high efficiency. It's just a matter of time. Somebody's got to break the lid off the basket, and as soon as it's done, I really think you're going to see this team's confidence go up just throughout the season.
What we have seen that is encouraging, not quite what Coach wants, only 71%. He's looking for 75%. But the Jacobson Mountaineer foul line has been friendly for the Bears. In the first half, they were 5 out of 7, which I'll take 5 out of 7. That's a pretty good percentage. And Jacobson Mountaineer, for all your heating and air conditioning needs in the Bear Lake Valley, sponsoring our foul shooting tonight. The Bears got to the foul line more tonight in the first half than did last night. I think they only shot 3. So 7 in the first half isn't too bad, but they'd like to get there more again in the second half.
I honestly am impressed by the foul shooting this season. I mean, obviously early in the season, but 5 of 7, 71%, you're really not going to complain about that. Anytime you're above, honestly, to me, 70%, that's a pretty good night shooting.
So Warner's 1 for 1, Ewing is 2 for 2, and Anderson is 2 out of 4. He made the first 2 he shot, and he was fouled on a three-point shot, went 2 out of 3 on that trip, and then he had an and-one opportunity later that he missed that one, and that's the misses for the Bears. But I agree with you. 5 out of 7, not too bad. So the Bears looking to fight their way back in it, but they're a lot closer tonight, only down by 6 than they were last night. They were down by double digits. 6 is the biggest lead of the game for either team. The Bears led by as many as 4. The Grizzlies' big lead of the night is 6, but it's been a back-and-forth battle, pretty close game all night long. So coming out to start the second half for the Grizzlies, they will have the ball. And they have Moss out there with Hill, Kimball. And let's see who else is out there. Reeves and Welch are out there. And the Bears counter with the same group that they had to start the game. Anderson, Hume, Tafoya, Birch, and Warner in the game. And ball is inside and taken away by Hume. And then he gets it to Warner, and the Bears get a steal on their first possession. Just like they did in the first half, they steal the ball away on the first possession of the Grizzlies. Tafoya, jumper, no good. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll be Grace basketball as Warner tips it away, but it goes out of bounds. So Tafoya with the miss. Bears can't get the rebound, and the Grizzlies have the basketball. 7.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, just starting the second half here. Braddock Memorial Hospital, you can count on them to care. They sponsor our scoreboard tonight and every night as Moss shoots another three, misses it, but the rebound and putback is also no good by Welch. But he's fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot two. First foul shots of the game coming for the Grizzlies. It's Welch at the foul line. Welch had 2 points in the first half for the Grizzlies. He'll have a chance to add to that total right here from the charity stripe. First one is good. So 1 for 1 for the foul line are the Grizzlies in the game. And the big lead of the game is now 7 for Grace. Second foul shot on the way and rattles home. So Welch goes 2 for 2. And the lead is 8 at 26-18. Full court pressure from the Grizzlies. Tafoya and Hume in the backcourt playing catch with it. Now to Tafoya in the front court. He'll dribble around the defense. Get to the lane, shoot, score. Tafoya gets the shot to go. He's 1 for 2 in the second half. His first 2 points of the game, and it's back to a 6-point game at 26-20. Down the lane goes Hill, right through the hands of Welch, who would have had an easy one as Hill drew the defense, but instead it's a turnover as the pass was a little bit too hot. And here come the Bears. Chance to cut into that 6-point lead. Anderson will bounce it to Tafoya on the elbow. Back up top to Anderson. He goes to Birch. Birch to Tafoya. Tafoya for 3. Phillips 66 USA 3-point shot is no good. Moss runs down the rebound in the corner. And with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter, 26-20 for the Grizzlies. Hill with it. Hill up top to Moss. Moss to Hill. Hill will shoot the 3. He'll miss the 3. Moss gets the rebound, but he commits the foul. And that's his second. Came over the top of Tafoya. And with 6:20 left, Bears have the basketball. Again, trying to cut into the lead with 6:20 left here in the third quarter. Hume gets it to Birch. Birch will go all the way down the lane to the hoop. He'll get fouled. He'll go line. He'll shoot 2. That one's going to go on Reeves and sends Broxton Birch to the foul line. Chance to get his first points of the night. And a chance to cut into this 6-point Grace Grizzly lead here early in the second half. 6:11 to go in the third quarter. Birch's foul shot is good. So now 6 out of 8 for the Bears in the game. Birch will have another. Toes the line, takes a dribble. And leaves this one short. Rebound is taken down by Moss. So 1 out of 2, 6 out of 9 are the Bears on the night. Moss with it, and he's going to go inside Reeves. Turnaround jumper, rims out. Rebound is run down by Tafoya, and then he steps out of bounds. He wanted the foul call. He felt like he was pushed, and that's why he went out of bounds. But they just say, nope, turnover. Big Grizzlies basketball. 26-21, 5-point Grace Grizzly lead. They had a lead of 6 at halftime. They lead it by 5 now. Moss with it, the center court circle. Bounces in the corner to Welch. Now back up to Moss. Moss with that 3-point look, no good. Rebound is saved by the Grizzlies, but it goes right into the hands of Warner, so it'll be Bear Lake basketball. 5:40 left in the third. Tafoya to Hume. Hume tries the dribble drive, gets to the lane, and shot is up, no good. It's either blocked or he's fouled. They say neither one. It's just out of bounds. It'll be Grace basketball. And here comes Hill for the Grizzlies. He'll bounce it to Reeves, back to Hill. Up and under move, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line, he'll shoot 2. That one goes on Cason Warner, his first. Hill will go to the free throw line. So the Grizzlies didn't get to the foul line in the first half. They've got to the foul line on 2 different occasions here in the second half. 5:28 left. Chance to get the 6-point lead that they had at halftime back. And if you make them both, they can increase that lead to 7. Big lead of the game has been 8. First one from Hill is good. Keach will check in, replacing Jack Hume for the Bears. And Moss comes out, and Welch comes out. Sorry, Reeves. No, just Moss. Reeves just coming over to talk to Coach. And Anderson in for him. So Moss out, Anderson in for the Grizzlies. 2 for 2 on the trip for Hill from the foul line. And it's 28-21, 7-point Grace Grizzlies lead. Birch with it on the elbow. And he is going to get it to Anderson out on the elbow. He's open for 3, so he'll take it. No good. That Field 66 USAVE three-point line is not there tonight, and Tafoya picks up foul number 3. Thought he was going to be able to pick the pocket, doesn't. Instead gets the foul. Yost will check in for Reeves for the Grizzlies. Tafoya stays in there with his 3 fouls. 5 minutes left in the third quarter, 7-point Grace lead. Yost with it out on the perimeter, goes across to Anderson. Anderson tries to go inside. Keach knocks it away into the hands of Tafoya. Tafoya all the way to the hoop. Stops, pops, scores! Austin Tafoya with 2. He's got 4 in the second half, and the lead is 5. Anderson nearly takes it away from Hill, but Hill gets it over to Kimball. Kimball now, it goes inside. Hill shot up off the backboard, no good. Yost with the rebound and the putback. That's just size right there as Yost gets the easy bucket on the rebound, 7 points. He has a huge height advantage on that rebound. Tafoya with it. Fakes the 3, goes in the corner instead to Birch. Birch goes underneath to Warner. Warner to Keach, nice pass. Keach shot up and in. Keach with his first 2, nice assist there by Warner. Anderson nearly with the steal, but Kimball is able to run it down. And now Hill with it, still in the backcourt, back to Kimball. Then they get it to Yost at the 3-point line to Kimball. And with 4 minutes left, Anderson corner 3, no good. Rebound being fought for. It's going to be Grace basketball. Kimball with it up top. They'll set the offense. 5-point game. Inside it goes to Yost. Yost tries to spin around. He's going to be fouled. Let's see who they call it on. It's got to be on Warner right there, I think. It is. Keach had good position. Warner got the reach-in foul. Draper and Smith check in. Hill and Welch check out. For the Bears, Carlisle checks in as Yost misses the shot and Birch with the rebound. Bears the other way, Anderson down the lane with it, and I think he's going to be fouled. And they call the foul on Anderson. Let's see if they... It's not on the shot, so it'll just be Anderson's first foul. Anderson off the inbound is going to drive, stop, pop, miss. And the rebound the other way, it comes to the Grizzlies. And ball, Anderson takes it away, and all the way the other way, fouled, and he gets it to go. Anderson with the picked up the loose ball, took it the other way, gets the shot to go, gets the foul on Draper. That's exactly the same thing way he got a 3-point chance in the first half. Exactly the same 2 people just going the other way. Anderson to the line. He is 2 out of 4 on the night from the line. Has a chance to cut this down to a 2-point game. It was a 6-point game at halftime, 3-point game right now. Caden Anderson at the line to try to get 3 the old-fashioned way. And he leaves it short. Rebound to Kimball. So 3-point game, 30-27 on your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Ball tipped away by Caden Anderson out of bounds. It'll still be Grace basketball. And Jack Hume will check in. And he replaces Caden Anderson. Kimball with it up top, being harassed there by Hume. Now to Draper. Draper has the ball knocked away, but he'll get it back. Gets it to Kimball inside to Yost. Yost hits the open man, Smith. Smith releases the 3. Nothing there. Rebound, though, to Draper. Now to Kimball. It's clocked out. Shot clock did not reset, but the Grizzlies get it up anyway. Rebound to Birch. And then Smith commits the foul on the rebound as Birch had come down with the rebound. And that is 5 fouls on the Grizzlies. So Birch will march the other way. He'll have a chance to score from the foul line. Caden Anderson will come in after the first shot attempt, as Smith picked up the foul on the rebound. Bears have a chance to cut further into this lead from the Jacobs Mountain Air foul line. 30-27 on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Birch's foul shot rims in and out. Anderson will check in, and Tafoya will get the break for the Bears. Birch with a chance for one more from the free throw line. 30-27, 2:39 left in the third. This one is good. So he goes 1 out of 2 on the trip, cuts the lead 2-2. Big lead of the game for the Grizzlies was 8 early in the third quarter. And the Bears led by as many as 4. Draper with it inside. Nice quick look there by Draper to get the 2 and push the lead back to 4. Anderson over to Hume. Hume in the corner to Birch. Birch will shoot from 3. Birch will miss from 3. Carlisle with the rebound and put back too hard off the glass, but he gets it back and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Good rebound there a couple times by Carlisle. And Draper picks up his 3rd. So again, chance to cut into the lead from the foul line for the Bears. As Carlisle will go to the line. And he misses the first. He'll have one more. Moss will check in and Draper will check out for the Grizzlies. Carlisle's second foul shot is good. So he goes 1 out of 2 on the trip. It's a 3-point game again. Moss with the ball. Gets it to Yost. Yost tries to go back to Moss. Taken away. Tipped by Keach. Taken away by Birch. Hume quickly into the front court. Drives down the lane. Hands it to Carlisle. Carlisle's shot is blocked, but he gets his own rebound. He'll bring it back up top, but Kimball takes it away. Kimball trying to go the other way. Euro step, and no good. Gets his own rebound, and then he's fouled before he can put it back up. Great. It's going to be 5 fouls, so it wasn't on the shot, but they'll go to the line anyway. Great defense there by the Bears. Great defense by the Bears to deny the shot. Great hustle there by Kimball. And they're trying to, the whole crowd and the scoreboard saying, hey, there's 5 fouls on the team. That's 2 shots. And the one official was talking to the officials and talking to the bench instead of paying attention to that. And so they finally get Kimball to the line. And he misses the first. So the foul turns out not to be too tragic for the Bear Lake Bears, as Yost will check out and Welch will check back in. 3-point game. And he misses them both. Birch comes down with the foul line, the rebound, and the Bears just down by 3. Anderson with it. He's going to look in the corner to Birch. Birch back up top to Anderson. Anderson will bring it across, go to Hume on the elbow. Hume dribbles into a 3, misses it, and Smith will get the rebound. Kimball will slow it up, and here come the Grizzlies. Smith goes inside, and it's taken away by the Bears, but he can't save it. Carlisle knocked it away, but it bounced on the end line. So it's right back to the Grizzlies. 26-second shot clock, 1:24 game clock. Kimball will trigger from the baseline in the corner. Goes inside. Smith up the backboard too hard. Birch gets the rebound. And Caden Anderson will bring the ball into the front court. The Bears have a chance to cut the lead to 1 or tie with the Phillips 66 3-point make right here. Hume will dribble across the lane, give it to Anderson out high on the elbow. Inside to Keach. Can't handle the pass, though. He wasn't expecting it, I don't think. And Smith will come away with it for the Grizzlies. Kimball quickly up ahead to Moss. Moss dribbles across the top. Goes to Smith. In the corner to Kimball. Down low, it goes to Welch. And now back up top, Smith for 3. No good. Rebound to Keach. Bear Lake basketball. Only 8 points in this third quarter for the Grizzlies. Birch lobs it inside for Keach. A little bit too high for him. He's fouled, though, from behind by Welch. So Keach will go to the foul line. He'll shoot a pair. The Bears have not scored in quite a while from the field, but they have scored from the foul line, and they've cut into this lead. It was as many as 8 here in the third quarter. They've got it down 3 right now, and the lefty foul shot rattles home for Keach. And then looks like Kimball is going to check out. Draper will check in. And then Hill checks in, and Smith will check out. Keach will have another foul shot. goes 1 for 2. Rebound goes to Welch. So it's a 2-point game, 32-30. The Grizzlies can work for essentially the last shot. There's only about half a second between game clock and shot clock. And it's a turnover, just a bad pass. Hume goes ahead to Tafoya. Tafoya, turnaround jumper, no good. Bears probably should have slowed that down there, work for last shot. Instead, it's the Grizzlies with it now. And Hill will go to Draper. Draper around the screen. Up top, Anderson launches, long one, no good. Keach with the rebound, and his full court shot, no good. That's the end of the third quarter, but the Bears win the quarter. They outscore the Grizzlies by 4. We go into the fourth with a 2-point game, 32-30. We'll be back with that right here after this on the SVI Sports Network.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
On the SVI Sports Network, this is Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa.
Fourth quarter ready to start here on the SVI Sports Network. Bear Lake will have the ball. Bears have Hume, Ewing, Tafoya, Birch, and Keach on the floor to start this fourth quarter. And the Bears won the first and third quarters. The Grizzlies won the second. The Grizzlies had the lead in the game by 2 as we start the fourth and final quarter. Hume all the way to the hole, up and in. Jack Hume ties it up. 32-32. Nice move there by the sophomore guard. Hill with it quickly in the front court, goes to Moss. And they're going to call a real quick reach-in foul on Ewing. His first foul of the quarter. Kimball off the bench for the Grizzlies. And he replaces Moss. So the Bears have Tafoya, Hume, Keach, Birch, and Ewing. In the corner it goes to Welch. Back up top, Kimball. Kimball with a quick 3, no good. And rebound taken out there by Anderson. They call it jump ball. Held ball before the shot. So the Grizzlies do get the shot to go, but they called the jump ball first. So it'll be Grizzlies ball baseline. 32-32 is your score here early in the fourth. We got 7.5 minutes to decide this one. And Kimball going to go inside. Back outside to Draper, back to Kimball, back to Draper. Quick ball movement, but the Bears recovering well. Inside it goes, turnaround jumper up and rattles home by Welch. Good defense there. Welch just elevated high enough to get that one up over Keach and in. 2-point lead now for the Grizz. Ewing with it. Back up top to Hume. Hume's going to drive, kick to Ewing. Ewing for 3, no good, just a little bit long. Rebound to the Grizzlies, and that Phillips 66 Youssef 3-point shot still evading the Bears. Welch loses out of bounds. I'm going to say Tafoya touched it last. It'll stay Grizzlies basketball on the baseline. 2-point lead for the Grizz. 6:54 left in the game. The 29-second shot clock as Kimball will trigger baseline. Clear up top to Draper near the center court circle. Now back to Kimball, into the corner to Hill. Hill will come across to Draper, who goes down underneath to Welch. Welch has great position. Keach blocks it from behind. Birch gets the rebound. Keach got just enough of that ball to get the miss, to force the miss. The Bears have the ball, a chance to tie it or even take the lead. Ewing with it on the elbow. He'll go across to Tafoya. Tafoya open for 3. Yes! There's a Phillips 66 3-point make for the Bear Lake Bears. And it comes from Tafoya, who makes the 3. He gives the Bears the lead. Timeout, Grizzlies. It's a full. We'll take it. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the SVI Sports Network.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports. This is the SVI Sports Network.
The Phillips 66 U-Save 3-point make by Austin Tafoya just before the timeout gives the Bear Lake Bears the lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard by a score of 35-34. Their first lead since about midway through the second quarter. And the Grizzlies have the ball. The Bears have the 1-point lead. And Draper is going to try to take the lead right back from three. Misses it. Birch with the rebound. Warner checks back in the game during that break for the Bears. And he replaced, let's see, Keach. Birch down the lane, forces it up, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot two. That one's going to go on to Anderson, his second. The Grace fans don't like it, but Birch will go to the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital foul line and try to pick up a couple more points. It's a 1-point Bear Lake lead as Brox Birch toes the line. Foul shot is in and out. He misses. He's 1 out of 3 now on the night. He went 1 out of 2, on his last trip to the line. Under 6 minutes to play. Bears up by 1. Birch trying to make that 2 and leaves it short, but he'll get his own rebound. So he goes 0 for 2 on the trip, but Bears get the rebound. Hume spinning down the lane, and he'll go to the line. There's another foul. Let's see who this one goes on. They call that on Kimball, his third. He got 2 early in the game. Has done a good job to avoid his third until now. And Hill, who had 3 fouls early, has played a long time with 3 fouls. Hill does go to the bench right here, though. Bears ball baseline. Hume gets it, tries to get it into Warner. It'll be Bear Lake balls. Kimball knocked it away, but it goes off the backboard and will go right back to the Bears. Ball comes into Anderson. He'll kick it to Hume. Hume will shoot the 3. Yes! Jack Hume with the Phillips 66 a 3-point game shot. Phillips 66 U-Save, where your convenience is our pleasure. The Bears up by 4. That ties their big lead of the game, which they had in the first quarter. Anderson with it down the lane. Floater off the backboard. No good. Rebound to Kaysen Warner. He'll get it to Caden Anderson. The Bears with the ball. Bears with a 4-point lead. 5:22 left in this one as Caden Anderson goes around the screen. He goes over to Ewing. Ewing goes down the lane, and ball's knocked away and on the floor, and it's great play there by Anderson to get it to Welch, and here come the Grizz. Chance to cut into the 4-point Bear Lake lead. Bears have outscored Grace by 20-10 in the second half. Jack Hume gets the steal. Ahead to Anderson. Anderson one-on-one with Draper. Gets it to go! Caden Anderson all the way to the hoop this time. Draper doesn't foul him. Anderson gets the layup. The Bears up by 6, 40-34 inside. Easy one, and he misses! Nice defense there by Bears. And then a travel on the rebound. Bear Lake basketball! What a defensive play there by Bear Lake. And Anderson will check out. Moss will check in for the Grizzlies. And a timeout taken by Grace. Bears have their biggest lead of the game at 6, 40-34 on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
Live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports on the SVI Sports Network is presented by Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Stephen Hammond Dental, local family dentistry. Gary Tusher CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Here to help. Lenhart Beverages, proud to support the Bear Lake Bears. And by KVSI The Wave, the Bear Lake Valley's hit music station on 105.3 FM.
You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
Bears have the basketball. Bears have the 6-point lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, you can count on them to care. Jack Hume is taking care of the basketball. And he goes to Anderson and back to Hume and back to Anderson. In the corner, Tate Ewing back up top to Anderson. Bears being very patient on this offensive possession. Anderson with it up top. Now to Ewing on the elbow still. Cross goes to Hume. Hume will drive. Have to come back up top to Anderson. Draper's going to take it away. Draper's going to go the other way. And blocked, but fouled by Anderson. That's returning the favor. Draper has fouled Anderson twice going to the hoop, and Anderson made another layup over the top of him. Now Draper takes Anderson to the hoop and draws the foul. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. Bears' biggest lead in the first half was 4. The Grizzlies' biggest lead is 8. And the Bears lead it right now by 5 after Draper made the first. So 6-point the big lead for the Bears, 8 points the big lead for the Grizzlies. Draper has a chance to cut further into that lead right here. Misses, rebound, and putback is also missed. But then the rebound is still on the floor. Another shot up, and then a rebound by Jack Hume. And it will be Bear Lake basketball.
I see that the Grace fans are not happy about that, as you can probably hear them over there in Soda Springs.
Yes, foul goes on Reeves, and there was a couple different opportunities to blow a whistle there against the Bears. None of them were whistled, and the Bears end up drawing the foul, the third foul of the quarter, and Reeves picks up his third foul of the game. Tafoya with it in the corner. He's going to drive baseline, try to dish it to Birch, and knocked away and taken away by the Grizzlies. So Grace down by 5, but they have the basketball. We're under 4 minutes to play. Draper with it out up top. He goes to Kimball. Kimball lobs it inside. Now back to Draper for 3. No good. Rebound tipped and taken by Birch. Tipped by Warner, taken down by Birch. Birch has been a monster on the board tonight. Last night he got in foul trouble. We didn't get to see what he could do. Tonight he has been a monster on the boards. He's had a great game for the Bear Lake Bears. As Anderson will dribble to the elbow, reset the offense. He goes to Warner inside. Warner was going to try to get it to Birch. It's taken away. Draper up ahead for the layup, and he goes too hard off the board, and the rebound is going to be a jump ball. It's going to go Bear Lake ball. Draper misses the layup, and the Bears get the rebound. And there's some people in the Grace crowd that wanted a foul call there. It doesn't go their way. And it's Bear Lake basketball. Anderson will bring the ball into the front court. He's being defended there by Kimball, and Kimball's going to foul him. That's his 4th. And it will send, it'll just be an inbound play, as it's only the 4th foul, and the Grace Grizzlies want a timeout. And we'll take it with them. We'll be back here. I think it's just going to be a 30-second on the SVI Sports Network.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 van. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Visit USAVE Phillips 66 in Montpelier for fuel, snacks, and more. Live to the full with USAVE Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
Bears have their starters back on the court. Bears have the 5-point lead in the basketball. 2:50 left in this game as Hume gets it over to Anderson. Anderson looks in the corner to Tafoya, who checked back in at that dead ball. Now back up to Hume on the elbow. Now to Birch. Birch in the foul line. Nice move. Kicks it back out to Anderson. 13-second shot clock. Birch just foul line extended, can't get it to go. It's going to be out of bounds. It will be Grace basketball off the missed shot. Warner tipped that rebound out of bounds. So 2:28 left on the clock. Grace has the ball. Bears have the lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Kimball gets it to Smith. Smith, quick three, no good, but the rebound right into the hands of Reeves, who gets it to go. So Reeves cuts it to a 3-point game. Anderson was tied up there, so they call a timeout real quick. We'll take it with them. The Bears lead by 3, 40-37 on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both pre-operative and post-operative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Live coverage of local high school sports continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Ewing checked back in at the break, replacing Tafoya. So Bears going with a little bit more size. Bears have the 3-point lead. Bears have the basketball. 26-second shot clock, 2:04 game clock. As we're back to live action, Anderson with it in the center court circle. Now it goes to Hume. Hume across the top. Ewing on the elbow. Back to Hume at the top. 15-second shot clock. Hume to Anderson. Anderson going to go back to Hume. Bears are going to have to make something happen here. Late in the shot clock and is knocked out of bounds. Bears will have a 5-second shot clock. 1:44 game clock as they trigger from inside their own base, right in front of their own bench. Anderson is going to go to Hume. Hume will have to force up the three, miss everything. Well, he hit the backboard, but didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation. 1:38 left in the game. The Bears' lead remains 3. A 3-point make right here would tie it up for the Grizzlies. Draper to Kimball. Kimball back to Draper, looking for Smith. Smith on the baseline. Back up top to Moss. Inside, it's knocked away by the Bears. Taken away. Bear Lake gets the steal. Nice hands inside by Birch. Hume with it. He's going to drive. Get it to Warner. No. It's on the floor and taken away by the Grizzlies. Then Hume knocks it away, but it's still going to be Grizzly basketball on the baseline underneath of the Bear Lake end of the court. Yost will check in. Let's see who checks out. Yost will replace Reeves for the Grizzlies. 1:09 and ticking in the game. Draper with it, still in the backcourt. Gets it to Kimball. Kimball to Yost. Yost is going to go back to Kimball. Kimball out in 3-point range. Cross court to Smith. Smith for 3. No good. And rebound to Moss. Moss gets it to go, and he's fouled. Hume was laying on the floor, and Hume's the one that picks up the foul. So Moss got the rebound and can tie it up from the foul line as Hume was laying on the floor. And 30, and we are not tied up, and Birch gets the rebound. And then a foul very quickly on Grace. So Moss's foul shot is missed. And then Smith picks up the foul. Birch will be at the line at the other end. So Birch has a chance to extend the lead. The Bears do lead by 1 point. Their lead was 6 a few minutes ago. Grace has cut into that. Birch will be at the line to shoot 2. Bears still have a foul to give as Birch makes the first one. He'll have one more. 41-39 on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Bears defense has been stout in this second half. Birch misses, but the rebound to Warner. Warner misses, and the rebound this time goes to Moss. Warner had a chance to make it a two-possession game there. Quickly to Smith, Smith to Kimball, and Kimball's fouled. But the Bears had a foul to give. That's only the fourth. 40 seconds left in the game. Bears up by 2, 35-second game clock. Timeout taken by the Grizzlies. They don't have too many left. How many do they have, Nate?
One. Exactly one.
One after this?
Yeah.
And they still haven't indicated what it will be for 30. We'll just keep it right here, tell you what's going on in the game. It's a 2-point Bear Lake lead, 41-39. 40.6 left on the clock, full shot clock, 35 seconds left on the shot clock. And the foul shooting, Bears looking for 75% foul shooting. If they were at 75%, this game would pretty much be in the bag because the lead right now would be 7 instead of 5. They are 10 out of 20, exactly at 50%. The three-point shooting, they are 3 for 3 in the game, is off from the Phillips 66 U-Save three-point line, and 10 out of 20 from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line. Grace, on the other hand, is 4 3-point makes and 5 out of 9 from the foul line. Bears no longer have a foul to give. The next foul does send the Grizzlies to the foul line. 2-point game, 41-39. The Bears just need to play good defense and crash the board right here. The Bear Lake rebounding has been better tonight than it was last night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've seen that, especially in the second half. I think this is a gritty team, and I think they're finding their place. The second half has been really impressive, if you ask me.
So 40.6, almost 41 seconds left. Grizzlies have a full shot clock. They have the ball on their own baseline, trailing by 2. Kimball will trigger, and he's going to get it into Smith. Releases a quick three from the corner. He gets it to go, and the Grizzlies lead by a point. The corner three goes for Smith. There was a man in his face. That was just a great shot. Anderson down the lane, and he is fouled. He'll go line. He'll shoot 2. Grace doesn't like the call, but Anderson has the chance to tie or take the lead, and they call a foul on Yost. His first, and Anderson will shoot 2. So Anderson to the line. Chance to tie it up or even give the Bears the lead. His first one leaves it short, and the Grizzlies still lead by a point with 24.6 left. Anderson to tie it up right here. You can hear the crowd, and he gets this one to go. We're tied at 42, but the Grizzlies have the ball. Timeout as they come into the front court. 20.5 left. That's their last timeout. We'll take it with them this time. It's a full. We'll be back in 60 seconds to wrap this one up on the SVI Sports Network.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers, and they leave, and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
With the helpful hardware, folks.
You're watching Bears basketball with Jared and Lisa on the SVI Sports Network.
42-42 on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 20.5 seconds left. Tie ball game. Big lead of the game for Grace was 8. Big lead of the game for the Bears was 6. Both of those came coming in the second half in this tight ball game. It's Grizzlies ball. And they've got 20 seconds left, no shot clock. Draper will trigger from the side. The Bears need a stop. The Grizzlies need a score to end this one. Draper with it. Now to Kimball. Now to Moss. Up top to Draper. To Kimball. 12 seconds left. Kimball across the top. He goes to Draper. Draper for three. No! Rebound to Birch. And Bears call a quick timeout with 3.1 seconds left. Draper missed the three. The Bears have a 60-second timeout. We'll take 30 seconds of it on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Your leader for live coverage of Bear Lake High School sports. This is the SVI Sports Network.
Bears have 3.1 seconds left to win it or go to overtime. If you're Grace, the last thing you want to do is commit a foul. You don't want to give them anything easy, but you don't want to foul them because you don't want them to have a chance to win it at the foul line. Birch got the rebound after the Draper miss. Draper had a chance to end it for Grace. Good looking shot, just a little bit too long off the back of the iron. And so now with 3.1 seconds left, the Bears will either win it or we'll have free basketball here on the SVI Sports Network. And let's see who Bears come out with. Hume, Anderson, Keach, Warner, and Birch. Jack Hume will inbound. Let's see what the Bears have planned here. And the full court pressure by the Grizzlies. Let's see. Anderson will bring it inbounds. Try to draw the foul, shoot it long, no good. The plan there was to draw the foul. There was no contact. Good defense by the Grizzlies. And we'll go to overtime here on the SVI Sports Network right after this.
When it's time for a brake job, go with Napa Silent Guard. Built with fiber-reinforced shims and rubber-coated hardware that reduce noise and provide an exact fit for the life of the pad. Available now at Napa. Give your engine the attention it deserves with Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. Its advanced formulation delivers faster flow and temperature protection in the harshest driving conditions, elevating engine performance by helping it run cleaner, longer. Available now at Napa.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
This is your home for Bear Lake Bears basketball, live on SVI Media and The Wave, all a part of the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Bears and the Grace Grizzlies headed to overtime as we're all tied up at 42 at the end of regulation. And Grace will control the tip. And here we go. Both teams have their starters on the court. Moss, baseline jumper, no good. Putback is up and in by Welch. He came from behind to get the rebound. He gets the two to go, and the Grizzlies have the 2-point lead. Tafoya back up top to Hume. Now to Tafoya in the corner to Anderson. Anderson will go to Tafoya. Tafoya bounces across to Hume. Hume comes down the lane all the way to the hoop, puts it up, and ties it up. Jack Hume to the hoop. He scores. He's got 7. 44-44. Kimball all the way to the hoop. It's good. All of a sudden, both teams are scoring in overtime very quickly. 4 points for the Grizzlies and 2 points for the Bears. Anderson with it. He's going to drive. Get knocked down, but they call the travel, I think that's the right call. The Grizzlies stayed stationary, and Anderson tried to get rid of the ball before he hit the floor. Couldn't do it, and it's a turnover. So the Grizzlies had the ball and the 2-point lead. Kimball with it in the backcourt still. Now to Moss. Moss gets it inside Kimball. Kimball's shot is blocked by Warner, but they call foul. Backside official calls that, and I don't think that's the greatest call in the world, but we'll send Kimball to the line. Warner picks it up. It's his 4th. The official that had the same view of it as we did doesn't blow the whistle. The official from the backside does, and Kimball goes to the line to shoot 2. Has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. He misses the first. He'll have one more. 46-44 in overtime, 2:49 left. Grizzlies in the lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Kimball shoots the second, and he makes that one, so it's a 3-point game. What the Bears need right now? Well, those Phillips 66 USA 3-point makes. As Anderson with the ball, he's directing some traffic, and he'll now get it over to Hume. Hume on the elbow. Hume drives. Kicks it to Anderson. Anderson thinks about the 3, gets it inside to Warner. Instead, Warner back outside to Tafoya. Tafoya's fouled. This one's going to go on Reeves, his 3rd. Tafoya will go to line. He'll shoot 2. With a chance to cut into the 3-point lead. 2.5 minutes left. And that goes as the 4th foul on Reeves. So foul trouble could be an issue here. And Tafoya hits every part of the rim, and it goes down. Off the front and then rattled down.
Left a little bit of suspense there as that one touched literally every part of the rim.
Second foul shot. Less drama, just rims out. So 1 out of 2 on the trip, a 2-point game. Moss quickly to Hill. Hill to Kimball. Kimball turn around corner 3, yes. That might do it, as the 3-point make makes it a 5-point game. And all of a sudden, the Grizzlies are red hot as the pass goes inside to Hume. Hume up with it and no good. Warner with the rebound. He'll spin up with it and no good. Rebound is going to go to the Grizzlies. Bears had 2 good looks there, couldn't get either one of them to go. And now with under 2 minutes left, Grizzlies have the ball. Grizzlies have the 5-point lead. Grizzlies miss. It looked like it was going to go for 3. Tafoya comes down with the rebound. And quickly to Warner, up, no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. Let's see who that goes on. Welch will pick it up. So 50-45, Warner to the line. He'll have a chance to cut into this 5-point lead with the clock stopped. Would have liked the 3-point play there, but it just wouldn't fall for him. And foul shot, no good. Bears had a goal of 75% foul shooting. If they would have accomplished that goal tonight, they would have won this goal in regulation. Instead, they're down by 5 in overtime. 1 out of 2 on the trip as he does make the second one. But the Bears still down by 4. They got to get a stop, and a quick stop here, as they're down by 2 possessions. Kimball gets it to Reeves. Reeves back to Kimball. Kimball looking inside for Welch, not there. He'll come back across to Moss. Moss out to Kimball. 18-second shot clock. Hill for 3, no good. Rebound to Jack Hume, so the Bears get what they need. They got the quick stop. Hume the other way, knocked away and taken away. And then the Grizzlies come away with it. Hume steals it back, knocks it to Warner. Bears have numbers. Tafoya to the hoop and in. Tafoya with the 2. It's a 2-point game, 50-48. Kimball in the backcourt. Hill walking in the front court, now to Kimball. And inside it goes, and Reeves lost it, or he would have had an easy 2. Instead it goes out to Kimball, and he gets the 3 to go. The easy 2 turns into a 3 because of the fumbled pass. Otherwise he would have shot the 2. Hume tries to answer 3, air ball. That'll be game, as it'll be Grizzlies ball with 30 seconds left. The Bears are going to fall short, most likely, without a miracle. Jack Hume has had a good night with 7 points. Anderson with 11, Tafoya with 10. But Kimball with his 14 at the other end is going to be the story. And the pass is taken away by it looked like it was going to be taken away by the Bears, but Moss able to get it back quickly up ahead and in. Welch with the easy bucket. Bears almost had the steal. Instead, the lead goes to 7. The best scoring of the night is going to be done by the Grizzlies. There's another miss by Hume, and then the foul by Anderson. And it's been a great night for the Bears. They were able to get it to overtime, but it's been all Grizzlies in overtime. They're going to win this one. Only question is the final scores. They're up by 7. They're going to the foul line with only 13 seconds left. Kimball, the hero of the night for the Grizzlies, he's got 14. He's got a chance to add to his total here from the foul line. First one up and in. On the scoreboard, it's going to look like a lopsided game because the Bears have allowed the Grizzlies to score at will here in overtime. They've scored 14 overtime points. Make it 15. 57-48. Tafoya brings into the front court, and he's going to get it to Hume. He's going to drive, put it up, no good. That's going to be ball game. And your final score, 57-48. In favor of the Grace Grizzlies. The Bears force overtime, but can't finish it off. And the Grizzlies are going to win this one by a score of 57-49. Let's do some quick stats while we're waiting for Coach to come on up. The Grizzlies were led in scoring by Kimball with 16. Welch chipped in 10. Moss with 7. Smith with 6. Anderson added 4. Draper 3. And Hill 5. They scored 25 points, 15 of those in the fourth quarter, 15 of which were actually overtime, so only 10 in the fourth quarter. And the outscored the Bears 25-18 in the fourth quarter and overtime combined, but most of those 15-6 in overtime. So great overtime there for the Grace Grizzlies. For the Bear Lake Bears, they were led in scoring by Anderson with 11. Tafoya chipped in 10. Ewing had 7. Hume had 7. Warner with 6. And Birch with 3. Keach with 3. And that's your scoring for the Bear Lake Bears. Now that we got Coach Trevor Ward on the headset, I'm going to throw the stat out that you're not going to like. What's your goal on foul shooting?
75% as a team.
You want to get 75% as a team tonight? 13 out of 25 for 52%. If you go 60% from the foul line, you win it in regulation.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, great effort by the Bear Lake Bears again tonight. You were down by 8 points in the third quarter, fought back, took a 6-point lead there in the fourth quarter, but they owned overtime tonight.
Yeah, we just lacked execution in overtime. We kind of unorthodox, got out of the sets. We were trying to kind of beat the system, I guess you could call it, and it didn't work. So we're learning. We need to have poise and need to execute down the stretch. I felt like we got a little jittery there toward the end in overtime, and it's all experience. I'm glad that this happened. You know, they're going to learn from it. Next time we're in a situation like this, I hope they'll have poise and be able to, you know, be a little more patient and know that they're not going to turn the ball over if they're just being patient with it. So.
You made a good point. You talked about experience and poise. The Grace Grizzlies ended the game with 5 seniors on the court. You ended the game with 3 sophomores on the court.
Yes.
And then that's huge right there. These are the kind of games that you don't like to take a loss, but you like the fact that you forced overtime and you have some things you can learn from.
Yes.
So not a lot of rest. Right back at it Saturday night. Teton coming to town. They're big, is what I've heard.
Yeah, and they got Marsh by a couple, and we know Marsh is physical and fast. So we got to gear up. We got one day to do it. And all we can do is just execute and compete to the best of our ability. So that's what we're aiming for.
Good thing tonight that I saw is much better on the boards and a lot more. Last night you came out cold. You dug yourselves a big hole and had to try to fight back in it. Tonight, stayed with it the whole time, came out a lot better in the first quarter. So, again, hope you can see some growth from your young team. But that's why you play these games. These games don't count yet. That's a good thing.
Yes. Yep.
So, okay, thanks for coming up, Coach. Good luck on Saturday night. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right, Nate, your last thoughts on the game tonight.
Bear Lake fought really hard in that game. At the end of the day, I think you saw growth, and I think you're seeing potential, and that's really all you can hope for. Bear Lake looks pretty good, I would say. Obviously coming up short, but there's a lot you can take from this. Even though it's a loss, I think there's momentum that can be built from a loss. I think we've learned a lot tonight. We got to be better from the free throw line, plain and simple. We've got to shoot just a little bit better in this game. Goes a completely different direction. But overall, hard-fought game. Proud of this team, and it's going to be a good season. I still think it's just finding yourself. And as soon as they find themselves, we're going to see exactly what this team's capable of, and I think they've shown that in spurts, especially tonight.
Yeah, I do think there's a lot of growth even compared to last night. I'm going to give you my stat that jumps out to me. I know the foul shooting was the stat that Coach is going to concentrate on, and understandably so. But the stat that jumps out to me, the Grace Grizzlies, much like last night's game with Firth Cougars, outscored Bear Lake from the three-point line. They made 4 more Phillips 66 U-Save three-point shots than did the Bear Lake Bears. And if you outshoot a team and you score 12 more points from three-point range and you only win by 9, that's your stat that changes the game. And 3 of those threes came in overtime. So the difference in the game was literally the Phillips 66 U-Save three-point shot. The Bears did better from the Jacobson Mountain Air foul line as far as getting there, but only made 52% tonight from Jacobson Mountain Air foul line, and that's why the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital scoreboard, in the end, favored the Grace Grizzlies. But we're right back at it tomorrow night from Preston, girls basketball on the air. 7:30 approximately, varsity tip tomorrow night from Preston. Lisa, I hope, is feeling better enough. She's been doing a lot better today to be with us on the air tomorrow. For Chris Pratt, back in the studio, for cameraman extraordinaire Ray Henry, our producer Nate Matthews, and everybody else on the SVI Sports Network, this is
Nate Matthews
and Jared Hillier saying good night, everybody.